Good afternoon to all of you all joining us today, and welcome to IDA's Learn About Your Member Benefits webinar. I'm so glad that you could join us, and I look forward to detailing how you can take advantage of all that IDA has to offer. I'm Rebecca, Manager of Membership Services. With me today is Dennis Carpenter, Director of Membership, and also we have two other member volunteers, both of whom also serve on the membership committee. That is Andrew Peck, Executive Director of the Glebe BIA in Ottawa, Ontario, and Tricia Barnes, Executive Director of the Hastings North BIA in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'll let Dennis introduce himself a little further.
Hello everyone, as Rebecca mentioned, my name is Dennis Carpenter. I'm the Director of Membership here at IDA, and I've been in this role of membership for quite some time. So you have me as a resource here if you have questions pertaining to your membership benefits, and most importantly, how to use those benefits so they actually are beneficial to you and your business. You'll hear my voice periodically during the webinar as I'll share some thoughts and emphasize some of the features that you can benefit from.
And Andrew and Tricia, would you like to say hello?
Hi, how are you?
That was quick. Hi, I'm Tricia with the BIA in Vancouver. Looking forward to the webinar.
Before we truly launch into our webinar today, I want to go over some instructions on how to participate. You'll notice on your screen, the viewer window is to the left and the control panel is on the right. The orange arrow allows you to open and close your control panel as you wish. You can switch to full screen and you can hide the panel as well. Right now, all of you all are in listen-only mode and have been muted. In the audio pane, you'll notice you are defaulted to mic and speakers when you signed into the webinar. If you would like to use the telephone, simply click here and then dial in with the provided number. An audio pin will come up below the number. In the questions pane, we love questions. Please type them in whenever you have them, and you also have the ability to raise your hand. This webinar is being recorded, and all of you all will get the link to the recording afterwards. We'll probably try and hold all those questions until the end, but please definitely send me those in the questions pane. Downtown champion, professional placemaker, and city builder. IDA members create, activate, and bring urban centers to life. More than 2,500 organizations across the globe look to IDA for ideas and best practices in urban place management, and we strive to grow stronger every day. Through our rich body of knowledge and community building partnerships, IDA strategies continue to help shape healthy and dynamic districts. Along with Dennis and myself, the rest of the fabulous IDA staff includes David Downey, President and CEO, Faith Broderick, Research Associate, Tracy Clemmer, Director of Corporate Relations, Carolyn Delutri, Director of Professional Development, Cole Judge, Director of Research, Allison Shakeshaw, Marketing and Communications Manager, and Danielle Eugene, our Operations Manager. We strive to bring you the most current information in place management, and to do so effectively, we need your most up-to-date information. Please make sure we have any new staff members at your organization, keeping in mind that one organizational membership provides access to all staff who work at your organization. That will allow them to log in, access the website, and utilize their benefits. IDA also communicates with its members mostly through email. So once again, the best way to get the most updated information coming out of IDA, you can contact me with any updates to that list.
This year we have launched, beginning of January, our IDA 2018 membership campaign. This membership drive, it serves two purposes. One, to increase the number of members that we have within the association, powered by numbers. And two, to provide a more diverse group of members for other members to benefit from. So the latter part, to touch on that, at our annual conference, if there's anyone who hasn't been to our annual conference that's on the webinar right now, if you're in the webinar, when you attend, one of the things you'll immediately notice is a rich diversity of members. This adds to the charm of the association because any of those individuals have a different story about how they are benefiting their respective urban areas within their association. But guess what? They're also looking for innovation. So that's the twofold purpose for this campaign, to increase the diversity of our members and to increase our overall members. And to do that, we need the help of all members. So how can you play a part in this? Simply tell others who are not IDA members about the association. Simply tell them to visit our website. And if you know of them personally, you can go to our website, click on the membership campaign tab on the website, and enter their information. You hit send, the information comes to us, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll send them the necessary information that they need. If they become a member, you will be recognized for that. And if you recruit a certain number of members, you will be eligible to receive some of the prizes that you see here, which of course includes a $500 voucher that you can use for any reason whatsoever, whether it's attending a conference, purchasing publications. So we hope that you'll participate.
Due to their customized content and top-notch speakers, members have said that IDA's events are consistently what they look forward to every year. We hope that you'll be able to join us on one of our many different urban district forums and or conferences. We are going to be visiting Walnut Creek, California. That's March 13th through 15th, and registration for that is open now. Kelowna, British Columbia, and that is April 22nd through 25th. Berlin, Germany, and that is June 18th through 20th. We'll be going to Boulder, Colorado for our College Town Summit, which is May 2nd and 3rd. We'll be going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the East Coast Urban District Forum, May 9th and 10th. And then finally, we will be in San Antonio, Texas, October 24th through 26th for the 64th Annual Conference and Trade Show.
And can we sort of jump in here and really say that these conferences are fantastic places to network and meet other people that do the same job that we all do and understand what we do and the nuances of what we do. And they also are great places to get answers to questions and also find out what other people are doing that you can hopefully incorporate back into your own programs back home and use to enhance what you're doing. There's no reason that you have to reinvent the wheel. We all love to share, and these are great places to share your knowledge and to gain other people's knowledge.
And this is, if can I just build on that? I would just say that in my first year as an executive director for a BIA, it just happened to be the same year that the IDA conference was in Ottawa. So it was, for me anyway, an incredible way for me to sort of understand, even though I come from a business background and entrepreneurship background, as far as running a business improvement area or district or zone, the ability to access, as Patricia said, people who are solving many of the same challenges or different challenges in other areas that I could bring to bear in my own area was indispensable, quite frankly. The other thing is that they're incredibly inspirational. They bring in speakers and leading lights in so many areas that come in and speak to so many different issues, placemaking, best practice, governance, you name it, all aspects of running an organization as well. And it really does put a skip in your step, and it really gives you some juice when you go back home to tackle some of the challenges that you have. So I can't recommend the conferences and the events enough. They're really quite. You'll get a lot out of it.
Awesome, thank you. Also, just want to do a quick thank you to anyone who might be on the webinar who attended our Southeast Urban District Forum in West Palm Beach, Florida. Thanks for joining us. The Emerging Leader Fellowship, or the ELF program, as we call it in-house, gets stronger and stronger every year. Participants gather in New York City for a week-long, educationally fulfilling experience. The 2018 applicants are in the process of being chosen, and all of them will be notified by mid-March.
And folks, I gotta tell you, when you look at this picture of all of the attendees, they were all gathered together and sort of corralled for the picture, but the smiles are not staged. I can assure you of that. These folks spent 5 days with each other, and they really became like a family. Imagine that you are spending 5 days in a classroom setting and outdoors, visiting other urban areas, learning from each other, learning from those other districts, learning of best practices, starting to develop innovative ideas to take back home. This is truly an experience, and this is one of the things that really helps make being affiliated as a member of IDA so worthwhile. What you get out of it when you're with other members, or when you're with your peers who share the same desires, passions, and challenges as you, and are to come together to help each other as one unified community. So please consider applying for the next ELF, and it'll definitely be worth it.
Yeah, I'll ditto that. I know some of these people, and they had so much fun, and know a lot of people from the first class too, and they really enjoyed it and really got a lot out of it, and really does help in the practice, because a lot of us get into this without fully understanding what we're doing, and to bring people along who understand the practice and start to be able to professionally manage as placemakers and community developers, I think is really important for moving forward in our cities today.
Since 2016, a selection of the most pressing issues facing downtown urban centers have been addressed by IDA's top issues councils. These councils bring together industry leaders to produce research briefs on the top urban issues identified by you, IDA members, in the areas of economy, experience, and partnership. This strategic initiative promotes the expertise of the profession and provides meaningful tools and information to IDA members. The 2018 council topics are economic development, tools and incentives, inclusive places, nighttime economy, parking management, place branding, and urban transit. Work has begun, so we will have reports for you at the annual conference in San Antonio. IDA webinars, much like the webinar you are attending this afternoon, are a simple way to learn what your peers are implementing throughout the year and catch up on conference sessions you may have missed. Most recently, IDA members discussed how to talk to property owners and calculate and explain the impact bids and BIAs have on market value. Are you experiencing a downtown issue that you would like IDA to cover? Please let us know. Your idea will be presented to the Professional Development Committee, and it could be featured later on this year. Also, we have recordings of previous webinars available in the web store, and I will direct you to the web store during the website portion of our webinar today. Finally, we do have our opioid webinar coming up on February 28th at 3 p.m. and registration is open for that free webinar now. If you have a spare minute while lunching at your desk, please click over to the IDA YouTube channel. You could search for International Downtown Association and watch dozens of master talks from Atlanta, San Francisco, and Winnipeg. The 2018 submission process for the Downtown Achievement Awards is now open. If you receive your weekly e-newsletter inspired by IDA, you may have noticed that we do a highlight on all the winners from the previous year. So you can definitely read up on those and get ideas and inspiration for anything you want to submit for this year. Our pinnacle winners are also going to be featured in upcoming webinars. If you need any more inspiration, the summaries and the presentations can be found online under the Awards tab in the archive. If you apply for an Achievement Award by February 28th, you can save $50, and that is a pretty darn good incentive to me.
And I'm on the awards committee, so I'm really pushing for people to put their submissions in, because I'm looking forward to reading them all and finding out what everybody's doing. So let's get those submissions in, and they are exciting to watch, and it's very informative when you look at what everybody else is doing at the when we're at the conference in the fall.
IDA has several committees filled with dedicated volunteers, much like Tricia and Andrew, who work with us, Dennis and I, IDA staff, to help grow our membership, decide on educational content, create new research, judge the Downtown Achievement Awards, all of those good things. If you are interested in serving on one of IDA's committees, please reach out to David Downey. We do welcome volunteers from all levels of staff, so you don't necessarily have to be the executive director or the president. We would love for you to volunteer if you are not.
And they're fun.
Here, here.
So, research at IDA. I briefly touched on the top issues councils earlier, but as you can see, there are 12 top issue council reports, all available for purchase in the IDA web store. I do believe those 2016 top issues reports are free to members. They are available by the bundle as well, so you can purchase all of the 2016 or all of the 2017. And like I said, I'll show you where all of those are when we go to that portion of the tour. IDA Research has also been working on items that are not Top Issues Council reports. We have recently updated the Creative Placemaking Toolkit. We have bolded and put in red the biggest thing we've got going on right now, and that is the value of U.S. downtowns and center cities. Like I said, I'll show you where that is. I'm really excited about this report. And then there are actually 2 spots still open for the 2018 round of downtowns for this same report. If you contact Cole Judge, our Director of Research, before March 15th, she would love to answer all of your questions. We also have the Quantifying the Value of Canadian Downtowns, a research toolkit, another one of our extremely comprehensive pieces of research that we have open. And the research department would also like me to mention the Downtown Vitality Index is forthcoming. Inspired by IDA, our weekly e-newsletter is a perfect place to highlight your downtown photos, news mentions, and achievements. If you or your organization was recently featured in the media and would like to include it in the newsletter, please send that email to Allison. Her email is right there below. Also, please add her to your press list. If you are not already receiving our newsletter, you can go to the website to subscribe, or you can email myself or Allison, and we would love to get you signed up. Are you looking for your next team member? Our Downtown Career Center allows you to list career opportunities, and also members can also post your resume. If you are interested in posting a job ad, that is $75 for members, and it's $250 for non-members, whereas posting an RFP or an RFQ is free.
And whether you're experiencing a challenge or whether you have experienced an absolute amazing idea that has been implemented in your area that your stakeholders rave about, the Idea Connection is the place where you want to go to share those ideas or solicit answers to challenges. This is a forum for members where they're able to go and have a global reach. This forum allows you to ask questions regarding any challenge you might be experiencing within your district, within your organization, and just bounce ideas off of other members. Again, not just in North America, but globally. And it also allows you to be a thought leader, because if there are questions or challenges that other members are having globally, you can then answer those questions, share your thoughts, provide some feedback, even be a mentor. This is a great way to sort of expand your portfolio if you are looking to be a thought leader. So take advantage of Idea Connection. Again, there's something you want to know, something you're curious about, or you just want to browse and see what the latest trends or the latest challenges are within the industry that other peers are experiencing globally, this is the place where you'll find that.
And I highly recommend it. I think the newsletter, the website, everything, it's great to all be connected. The best thing about this is that you can post your questions and it is interactive and get answers. And I love going through it because it does show that there are questions out there that you're having yourselves, and there's somebody out there that will have an answer that will help you. And so it's really nice to see that, you know, sometimes, especially if we're smaller organizations, you can feel fairly isolated. So knowing there's this whole community out there that can help and has already maybe experienced it or has the same question, et cetera, can really be helpful to you and your challenges moving forward. So I highly recommended being part of the IDA connection.
IDA has several partnerships with organizations that are excited to work with you. You can find out more about HRS, ICSC, which is International Council of Shopping Centers, Stantec Urban Places, Member 365, and Springboard by visiting their online webpage. Another benefit of membership is having your downtown highlighted on IDA's homepage and social media. Please send in your pictures, your information. Once again, this is Allison. She loves tweeting, retweeting, posting, liking, all of that stuff about what's going on in our member communities. Please send those to her, and you can ask her any questions you have about the information you want to send. And one more Allison communication marketing shout out. She would love to tag you on that social media. So please send her your Twitter handles, your Facebook pages, and your YouTube channels. She watches all of this stuff, and I know that she would love to be getting more of it. So please keep that in mind. We are now going to move over to the website tour. And if you have not been, this is our homepage. You'll notice we have a lot of things listed right on the homepage. We do have our sliders here where you can also find out more information. I am going to first draw your attention to this upper right-hand corner for member sign-in. Excuse me. And if you don't remember your password, please feel free to reach out to me. I can reset that for you. You will know you are logged in because up here it will have some variation of hello, Ms. Bishop Hall, so it'll be your last name. It might say hello, Rebecca. And then this is also how you log out by clicking back into that button and then logging out. I would like to call special attention to our project spotlight for right now, which is Downtown London. Downtown London won a 2017 Pinnacle Award, and so you can read all about the development of their Fanshawe College downtown campus. This is just the summary, but you can also find the PowerPoint presentation that goes along with this when we move to the awards section of our tour. Finally, one last thing I'll mention just from the homepage is if you scroll down, all of our social media buttons are here, so you can access those directly from there. I'm going to take you over to the community tab, our first tab here. And these are a list of those partners that I was talking about. If you want any further information on them or any contact information, this is where you would come. Dennis mentioned our membership campaign. This is is where you find all the information about that. If you've got somebody in mind, click on the Refer an Associate Now. You can also come here and click on our current Board of Directors and find everybody's contact information there. The next tab we're going to visit is the Education tab. I mentioned our upcoming events. You can click into these when information is available. And this will have registration information, it'll have hotel information, program, all of that good stuff. I'll also go to the webinars page. This is where you can find all the information about any upcoming webinars. Next tab is our Resources tab. I mentioned the top issues councils. You can get more information about those, read the executive summaries if you're interested. This is our Values of Downtowns page. And then advisory panels. I believe we did 2 advisory panels last year. But if you are interested in having IDA come out to your downtown and do a panel, all the information you need is here. And then you can read previous advisory panel reports. I'm gonna go over to advocacy and click on IDA Canada. And I would invite Andrew and Trisha if you would like to speak to IDA Canada.
Sure. So we're looking at, as you know, IDA looks at partnerships across internationally, and one of the, I think, the more successful areas that we've been looking at is the partnership between IDA and Canada. We created our name as IDA Canada as we did the new branding for IDA. It's allowed us to do a number of things together nationally when we look at, as you can see here, the value of investing in Canadian downtowns and why BIA's bids, et cetera, are so important, and the call for action to our federal government about supporting what happens in our downtowns and our urban centers. We're moving on now and looking at how we create a more cohesive national organization for advocacy under the IDA brand, and especially with our federal government going into election in a couple of years, how we advocate for urban centers and bring them to the national awareness and understand that these are generators of jobs, and this is where community comes together, and we are also the place where social issues need to be addressed, and that the IAs and bids are those people on the ground that can be helpful and can be partners and can offer insight into what's happening in our urban centers. So really important, and really happy to be able to bring this together under the IDA banner.
And I would just add that one of the neat aspects of the Canadian piece is that the IDA, there's sort of a universal approaches and best practice, but obviously every jurisdiction is going to have unique elements to it that they have to manage and deal with and face. And you know, whether it's in a national context or a provincial context or a municipal context, it's been you know, seeing how IDA can apply itself in another jurisdiction in a way that allows us to do what we do much better has been, I think, quite valuable. So.
Thank you to both Trisha and Andrew. And as I mentioned, the Quantifying the Value of Canadian Downtowns, a research toolkit, you can also find it on this page and download it here. Our next tab is awards. And if you are interested in submitting for 2018, click there. It will take you through to submittable, and that's when you pick your category, you create your account, pick your category, and I download, upload everything directly here. Of course, it's scrolling. Okay, now there it goes. So you can choose whichever one you would like. We also have a committee placement category, so if you're not quite sure where your award should go, where your submission should go, you can place it in committee placement. As I said, apply by February 28th, and you can save that $50. All of the submission information is here. Here is the 2018 jury criteria. You want to make sure you're following those criteria when you're submitting for an award. The category descriptions are also available here. And if you need examples of what has won in this category in the past, you can do those. And then finally, I mentioned the award archives. If you are interested in seeing what has won before, to get some inspiration, click and scroll through here. Over to our sponsor tab. And this is sponsoring IDA, but also exhibiting with IDA and marketing with IDA. So you can do all of that through here under this tab. Tracy is your contact. You can also fill out this form and request sponsor info if you are so interested. Take you up to the jobs link here. And this is the IDA Career Center. As I said, if you are an employer, you would come here. And if you are an individual, you can come here. You can also post a job here and see some of our featured jobs. If you are on the webinar today and interested in joining, or if you are a current member and thinking to yourself, I've got a couple of people in mind that should really be a part of this organization, you can direct them to the Join IDA page. Our membership brochure and application is here. We also have several joint member programs. As you can see, we are partners with the Business Improvement Areas of British Columbia, the Ontario Business Improvement Area Association, and Downtowns Atlantic Canada. By being a membership partner with IDA, BIABC, OBIAA, and DAC, if you are a member of any of these organizations, you receive a discount on your current membership. Right, and this is if your membership with OBIAA, BIABC, and DAC is in good standing. So here's our web store. Our web store is very, very extensive. You can see everything that we offer here. Make sure you log in though, so you can get those member prices. And then finally, I will take you to Idea Connection, which is our member forum. There's only one login for our website and for Idea Connection. So you'll notice that I'm already signed in here, even though I signed in on the website side. Our latest discussions are all listed here. You can also find a community if you're interested in looking at the library or discussions under a particular community. This is where we house our member directory. So if you remember, you met a lovely young lady at the last IDA annual conference. You remember her name was Rebecca, but you can't remember where she worked. Go and pull up all the Rebeccas and then get the information here. What happened? So that's our directory. You can also do it by company. If you are looking for a particular company, you remember that you were in Ottawa when you met them, but you just can't remember the name of that company. If they are an IDA member, they will come up here. If you're interested in participating in the forum, which we hope that all of you are, to participate, click on post a message, and it's the same as if you were writing an email. Most people send all of those to the open forum. If you're an IDA member, you'll also get an open forum email every day, so you can see any responses to the discussions. And then go ahead and hit send, and your post will go live. Finally, we do have all of our research in Idea Connection. You can come, you can click on IDA resources, for example. Let's say that you want more information on marketing and communication. And you say, I want to know what IDA has to say about arts and culture. As you can see, we have a lot to say about arts and culture, but there are PDFs as well as Word documents. If you go through the folder and you just are not having luck with narrowing down what it is you want to find out about, let's say you're interested in food trucks, you can type it into the main search function. And you'll get discussion posts and threads if there's been a conversation. And then when you're all done and you say, I want to go back, you can click on downtown.org right up here at the top. And it should take you back to the home page. No, not working for me. Oh, here we go. And there you are. And then, like I said, once you're all done, you can log out. So that is all we have for you today. I will do a quick check and see if we have any questions. I do not see any questions right now. However, if you do have any questions later on, please definitely feel free to reach out to either myself or Dennis. We would love to answer all of those questions for you. And that can be about any component that you've seen us talk about today. Yeah, Dennis, I'll let you.
Folks, just don't forget that your membership with IDA is what you make it. So take advantage of all of the features that we have developed for you, all the tools that are online in the members only section, the idea connection, as well as the programming, the ELF program, as well as the annual conferences and regional conferences. Take advantage of that. When you take advantage of it, you'll notice that your respective districts will benefit from it. Your urban places, your organizations will benefit greatly from it, and you will be even more enriched. Your network, your personal network itself will expand enormously. So please keep that in mind, and we're here for you. If you have any questions, if you can't call, then just send us an email. We're very responsive, and we'll make sure you get whatever information that you need.
Andrew or Tricia, would you like to have any ending comments?
Yeah, I'll just say that just to get right down to the brass tacks, that the truth is that we wouldn't be where we are, quite frankly, as a BIA right now, and have made the strides that we've made over the course of the last few years. If it had not been for the resources that we were able to access through IDA and the people that we were able to meet, not just throughout Canada and Ontario, but also beyond as well. And I think it's also important to keep in mind that you can only do so much at one time. And there's so many resources that you're often dealing with the challenges in front of you, and so you're tapping into that, and then a year later you've got that figured out, and now it's on to something else, and it is quite something what an organization like this has to offer in terms of formulating your own business models that's unique to the area that you're in. It's also a great resource for your staff. The reality is that when you're bringing new people on as well, and they're trying to wrap their head around their position and how to make things better. I mean, obviously, we're all in the business of improvement. The resources that are available through the website and through IDA are incredibly helpful in terms of just allowing people to do what they do better and to continually improve for the benefit of their members. And then the last point I would make is that also with respect to boards, it's a good resource for them as well in terms of understanding best practice and in terms of being able to step outside their own little bubble and to see what's happening outside their district or outside their city or outside their province or even their country. So I can't recommend throwing yourself in, as Dennis said, and just taking advantage of everything you can and just going with it. So I wish everybody the best.
Yep, I think that was fantastic. I think Andrew said it all. So I wish everybody the best. I look forward to seeing people in wherever they'll see them next. I know I'll be in Cologne. I'm going to be in Berlin, and I'm also going to be at IDA in San Antonio. And I'm looking forward to connecting and getting together with everybody yet again over the year.
All right. Well, once again, thank you so much to our volunteers, Andrew and Tricia. Thank you, Dennis, for joining me today, and we look forward to hearing from each one of you soon.